Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish.
This is
The Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. There's something growing in here, and it's salty ones. Salty ones are what's growing in here.
Yeah.
Sam Corbin's here, of course. He's here.
Going?
I wanted to get hot wings because I wanted to eat hot wings. And then you decided to, instead of us being hot ones, a show of hotter questions and even hotter wings, you wanted to be salty ones.
Yeah.
Where we just eat salty things.
Progressively saltier wings.
I don't understand the way your brain works.
Well, because there's the hot
He
ones.
found salt and soy sauce, and he's just been dipping in the wings before we even started.
I know.
He's just been dipping the wings in salt and soy sauce and torturing himself.
It's not bad. I mean,
He has committed to the bit fully. I'm still just eating hot wings.
yeah, I don't think you can get so salty
Well, what?
that it evokes a reaction out of a guest. I think they just go, oh, that's pretty salty.
Yeah, I guess. It's not like nothing is so salty they're like, oh, I'm gonna die. It's just like, wow, this is badly seasoned.
Oh, I'm crying right now. Oh, it's so,
It's so salty.
it's so salty. I can't take it.
I also just love the idea of a show called Salty Ones, and it's not porn.
Now, this is a mango habanero.
Yeah, it's hot as shit.
Pretty good. I'm gonna dab it.
He's making it salty, guys.
Yep, here we go.
Making it salty. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. That is some... Woo!
Now, for everyone that hates the sound of chewing in microphones, I did this to you because I am delirious.
ASMR, baby.
I've not been sleeping much. I've been working far too much. I got about 24 hours of work in over the past 2 days. I had to work on Sunday.
The Lord's Day?
Yeah, the Lord's Day. I had to go in and commit some atrocities, and so that's what I've done. So
It's pretty salty.
that's salty ones for you.
Yep. I dabbed it in
I should have gotten out napkins and stuff.
It's okay.
Or plates. Because now I'm like, oh boy, do I wish that I wasn't doing this. But I am.
I could probably reach some napkins over there. Hold on.
You can do it. I believe in you. Watch your headphones.
All right.
Oh yeah, it's like a 20-foot cable. You can do.
It's not it though.
He dropped almost everything.
Yeah, I'm here though.
He's here. He made it back.
Made it back. Here, you take them.
All right.
All right, putting the headphones back on, trying not to get mango habanero sauce on it.
Anyway, fans of listening to this podcast, what's going on? Sorry that this one's late. Also sorry that this is what we chose to do. I haven't had dinner.
Hey, it's a pilot episode, you know?
Yeah, of salty ones. I almost said spicy ones, and that's the exact same as hot ones.
That would be... I mean, I don't know if that would be a ripoff that they could get mad at you about.
Right?
Spicy.
Welcome to Spicy Ones. We're the spicier one of the shows.
Uh-huh. And you gotta... In the last one, you gotta dollop it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the final dollop.
Yep.
It's tradition around here to put a little dollop on the last wing. Mm-hmm. I'm not bald.
That one was spicy.
Yeah, that was spicy. The mango habanero was I think second or third under the top one.
Here's what it is. It is great, and I would it's
so tasty.
Now that it's in my mouth, I would eat 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
But eating only one of them, not worth it.
It just hurts.
Not worth it to eat that little amount for this to be what my life is for a while.
Eat more.
It's okay. I'm okay.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get all spiced up on you guys.
Yeah.
Sam.
You know what happens when that happens? You know? When I get spicy.
Sam.
Huh.
How do you handle spicy foods?
I just put a bunch of salt on it, try to try to white knuckle it through, you know?
Just like most of your life, you just grip it and rip it.
Yeah.
You just white knuckle it till the end.
That might be My life philosophy of anything anyone ever said
Is just fucking go for it.
It's just like grandpa golf advice. You know what I mean? Grip and rip it, man.
Bend your knees and whack it.
Yep. You know, that means that's a different thing. But, you know, also good advice, you know?
That's what I say midway through salty ones is bend your knees and whack it.
You do want to bend your knees when you're whacking it a little bit. Have you ever given yourself like a Charlie horse or like a cramp while masturbating?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
especially
not
like
fun.
because I like to do that. I flex my knees, like I hyperextend them. I don't know what it is. I think it hits some sort of nerve in there.
Like you super straighten your legs out too much?
Yeah, and so I've definitely cramped up.
Yeah. Yeah, I've experimented with all different techniques.
Oh yeah, you told me that. I think we talked. I don't know if we talked about it on air or off air. I can never remember what we talked about on air.
No, it was definitely off air.
Where you just like you went from the back. You were like on your own knees, jerking yourself like from the butt.
Yeah.
You were like you were milking yourself.
Yeah, it's called the Black Snake Moan. I don't know. Tried to think of a name for it.
What are some other fun ways that you have whacked it, Sam?
There's one called The Fugitive. It's where
Harrison Ford comes and jerks you off.
Yep. No, it's where you're chained to another dude.
Okay.
Yeah, and then well, give me a minute. I'll think of a couple more.
Come on, this is improv now.
Yeah, okay. There's one called the.
He's trying, guys. He's reaching so hard.
Well, there's one that's called.
He does not have it.
Nope. No, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. It used to be a joke, so it's not really a good improv if you have to go back to the well of things you've said before and then don't remember what it was.
It's even worse that you used to have a bit about it.
Yep.
And you can't remember it.
No, it was called like the Las Vegas shooter. It's like a reverse bukkake.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
there you go. There you go, folks. It was a country concert. Who gives a shit?
Well, fuck.
Anyways.
Sam, tell me about Halloween. Regale me with dog treat tales again.
What are you talking about?
I mean, Sam, I heard you had a fun... I'm going to set it up like a fucking late show.
Yeah, what's that shitty that they always talk about? The thing where the comedians...
not Byron Allen. Who the fuck is it?
Where they'll give him a leading question like that and then leave the room and then come back in and go...
Alonzo Bowden has that show. Where he's just like, now, Sam, I heard you had a show... I heard you have a story about people named Cody. Like, that's it. And then you just do your fucking bit while you pretend that it wasn't a bit. And then he's just...
Where they could have just played audio of you doing the bit with laughter from your album.
Or just let you do comedy in front of the people instead of setting it up like a talk show.
Yeah.
With 3 other comics on stage.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Isn't that entertaining audio? So,
Sam, I heard you had yourself a festive Hallows Eve.
I did.
Now, what'd you do? Did anyone in your immediate vicinity dip into the alcohol?
Oh, it's strange you mentioned that. Yes, someone did. It was Kate. She got really... She drank a whole bottle of wine and then some tequila. And then the trick-or-treaters came. And then... I don't know why I'm doing it like this.
Yeah, and she killed them all.
I was telling it like a kindergarten teacher that
trying to explain to them a story about Jack and the Beanstalk.
Where they're like, read the one with the thing, and she's like, okay, and then she can't find the book, so she just picks up a different book
and just starts pretending.
Yeah, makes it up.
It's like, Jack and the Beanstalk. Oh fuck, Jack.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
And God said, "Let there be light."
Yep, that's how it was. The thing that I was doing for a minute there, and then I trailed off. No, she gave children dog treats. Okay, I'll just tell it like a thing.
You gotta tell it all over again. Yeah.
So, Kate had the idea, as she was drinking, to give the dog treats to the dogs that were accompanying the trick-or-treating children. Because that's what people do now, is they bring their dog with them trick-or-treating. So she was giving out dog treats. Everything was fine. Then we begin to trick-or-treat, and at this point she's really drunk and puts a bunch of dog treats in her pocket.
Which is already a baller move. To just be like, I'm leaving the house. Better load up on dog treats.
and then she's giving dog treats to strange children for them to give to other strangers' dogs at their door.
Which is a wonderful display of caring if it wasn't the holiday where children expect candy and the stranger is giving them dog treats.
Yeah. It's like one of those things that if you don't do the math, it seems like all the parts are there for a good time, that everyone should have fun. But then you run the equation, and the answer you get is, oh, that means we have to kill a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like a bad government policy.
Oh yeah, we should. As long as we bring the population down, you know, pollution will go down, everything will run quicker, and we have to kill all of New York City.
Right? Yeah. No, dogs like dog treats. Kids like dogs. Let's give the dog treats to the kids. This will go fine.
And that's how Disney World got infested with cats.
I've heard that they have a problem with animals in the park, and so they can't do like extermination stuff like that you normally would, like putting traps in the bushes.
Especially because their mascot's a mouse and they don't want him getting caught.
Right. So I've heard that there's these middle of the night hunts that employees of Disney have to go out and just murder varmints with high powered pellet guns. And
Cinderella's just got a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire.
Dude, that would be so dope. Just a Penelope von Schweetz running around with a fucking scoped out 22 airsoft rifle.
I like to think she's just driving a golf cart, just hitting animals, just drifting over animals' heads.
Yeah, just Wreck-It Ralph with a mallet. Just, oh man, what kind of Southern California varmint are there? Because I know in Disney World there's alligators,
7-foot scorpions.
Yeah,
very hard shell.
I heard that there was a goddamn
Stop abandoning your improv.
I don't have the fun juice. We're drinking goddamn. Hey, let's do a minute and do like Joe Rogan does, where they loudly drink their unalcoholated beer into the microphone.
Out the brain.
So good. Yeah, it doesn't even taste like it's not alcoholated. Where are you going? Oh my god. Okay, so that's the fart one. It's long been lore of the podcast that there is a fart mic, and that one is it for sure.
Man, this house smells like fart.
God damn it.
I'm gonna open up this window.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna turn on this fan.
Yeah, do that.
This is the loosest show I've done in a while.
I might take the microphone out into the vestibule here.
The vestibule, this is a fucking airship. I'm gonna go to the vestibule for a respite.
Well, shit, I'm delirious from your fucking fart gas.
Well, this is what happens when no one wants to talk to me about mental health anymore.
Why do you think no one likes to be around you?
I thought it was because I was too happy.
Yeah, you're just sitting around, Doc, I just can't think about why I don't have more friends.
She's just on the floor dead.
God damn, that's oof. This fan
is just circulating it. It's okay, just breathe in beer. You'll be fine.
God damn. Whew. All right, I'll just breathe in beer like I did that one time.
What were we talking about? Farts.
Yeah, dude, that one was pretty. That was a rip-roaring, rootin' tootin' good time.
When I eat a bunch of sugar, that's what really gets me.
Yeah.
It's basically any carbs except for vegetables. You know, like bready things and fucking sugar is just my stomach's like, all right, time to blow this shit up.
damn. Me and Kate were just talking about this yesterday. You know when people are always like, oh, what did you eat? It's like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
There's no bearing on... I don't know how long people... Do people have like a regular thing where it's like, oh, I ate 18 hours ago this, so now that's what my farts are from?
I mean, because I log it all for calorie purposes, so I can not be fat as shit. So, like, I can look back and be like, well, for dinner yesterday, I ate a fuckload of this, and so that's probably why
Yeah, so
my
how do you...
bed smells like a raccoon. Just a stray raccoon.
I love it when that's not like the go-to stinky animal. Like, you know it's real when someone's like, I farted, it was like a skunk. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
When someone's like, I smelled like a raccoon.
Yeah. I opened up and was like, it smells like a barn. Or, my favorite thing, whenever I eat McDonald's, my farts smell exactly like McDonald's.
It's the preservatives.
It smells exactly the same.
Oh my god!
I was like, I didn't know my farts could smell like hot grease, but it does.
Ooh, goddamn! You know what gave me some real farts is chicken gizzard tacos.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that'll
were
do
they
it for you.
fried?
No, they were just in like a sauce. I don't know. The coworker brought it in, and he's like,
God.
"Hey, you want to try some of this?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, mijo, let me have some of
He's
that."
like, "You sure?"
And he, yeah. And I'm eating them, and I'm like, "They're chewy, and I've never tasted this flavor before." And he's like, "Oh yeah, they're chicken gizzards."
He's
I'm
like,
like,
pig buttholes.
"Yeah, no, it's yeah." Yeah,
Chicken gizzards.
and stranger meat.
He's like, it's turkey waddle and tuna eyes.
This is giraffe pussy.
I like the idea of someone just chewing. Like, how come those in the animal kingdom can't have like super droopy vaginas? You know, like.
Oh, some beef curtains?
Yeah, like what if giraffes just had gnarly beef curtains?
You ever notice dogs have like a triangular, like weird, like hangy down pussy area? Where's Nikki at?
She died.
Oh, what the fuck?
Were you not here for all that?
No.
Oh yeah, she died like a month ago.
Oh shit.
Well, I had to put her down, but it was like
Oh
yeah, it was September. It's already November. Yeah, no, it's early September. Yeah.
yeah, natural causes.
Yeah.
Murderer murdered something. Natural
causes. I injected her veins with poison.
And naturally.
Naturally, she stopped breathing. Potassium.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Well, what was I don't want to talk about that. That's a bummer.
I don't know why, but she just like stopped standing up.
Oh.
Yeah, she was just fucking. She was old as shit.
Yeah.
It was her time, but she also had a droopy triangle vagina.
They really do. Because remember, I was a little kid, and our first dog was a girl dog, and I was like, "Oh, that's her pee-pee." Well, I was like, "That's not really no." Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
She just didn't want to explain to me that it's like, I don't know. Dogs have like a protruding triangle vagina. You know what I'm talking about.
I wouldn't call it protruding.
I mean, it's out there. It's not just like...
I don't know where you're going.
I don't know why I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah,
Other animals don't have it like that, though. It's like a dog thing, I think.
How many animals' vaginas are you staring at? Like, I'm assuming dogs just caught your eye because you're near dogs more.
Yeah. Well, cats, it's just like a butthole and then nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, staring more cat vaginas.
You know what? It's just maybe there's too much pubic hair.
So, Sam, I heard you had a fun Halloween.
Yep. We're out there giving out candy, trying to lure those triangular dog vaginas.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God damn it. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Everyone's too scared to admit it.
You're the Shane Gillis of dog vaginas.
Yup.
So brave.
Oh, so brave. Oh, yeah, it's woke to imagine dogs don't have vaginas.
If you don't normalize it, people are going to be giving their dogs vaginoplasties.
Yeah, I'm just a dog vagina realist.
Guys, we're just trying to normalize all animal vaginas.
Yeah, no body shaming these dogs.
Yeah.
You know.
I think all vaginas are beautiful, regardless of species.
Anyway.
What I'm saying is I'd fuck a bird.
Yeah. You know, birds are the ultimate, like, transgender animal.
Do this, Rip.
It's a cloaca. You know what I mean? They could be a boy or a girl. They don't need to change.
Turning into Bill Burr?
They don't need, yeah, no. Listen how fucking quiet it got in here. No. No. God damn it. Why do you take me down these paths, Bobby?
Fuck.
We needed more friends. Like, we see each other like twice a week, and this is like the most like social interaction either of us get.
Yeah, most of the time I'm just like, I'm at work saying weird shit, and then I'm like, I can say weirder shit, and they're like, please don't.
And we're both just sitting around pondering, like, I'm over here just trying to have a normal conversation about dog vaginas. Why don't I have any friends? And you're like, I don't know. That's us, man. Y'all, look at us. The odd couple. A real Abbott and Costello over here. Who was the odd couple?
I don't fucking know.
It was not Abbott and Costello.
Mario and Luigi. Penn and Teller. Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. Thelma and Louise.
Rice and Roni. They came together in San Francisco. It's the dumbest thing anyone's ever said, isn't it? Goddamn.
Rice and Roni.
Well, what is it? Risotto? What is the Roni part? Because there's rice, and what's the other stuff?
No.
I don't have a good barometer for what's edgy and what's not.
Yeah, Roni was actually just an Italian slur they thought they would throw in there. All these fucking Ronis running around. Nothing but Ronies and Shoshones. Remember when people hated Indians?
Yeah, a small northern Nevada tribe of them. Sorry.
Yeah, you just say weird shit about animals, and I'll just keep being racist.
Oh, it's good to switch for once. Oh, God.
Yeah, usually I'd be fucking animals and you'd be racist.
Yeah, I know.
You know, Austin not being here is throwing it off.
I know. No, we didn't know that he was like the necessary, like the arbiter of like normalcy, and
God.
left to our own devices.
Yep.
Oh boy,
it gets severe.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Mm-hmm. Well, let's start drinking wine and handing out dog treats.
That sounds, on its face, it doesn't sound bad. Sounds like yeah. Why not? Why not fucking give out dog treats, huh? Now I'm not doing a good Bill Burr anymore.
So outside of Halloween, like how many days plus or minus on either side of Halloween is it still okay to try to give random kids candy? Like this Halloween was Thursday. If that Friday we were still like, hey kids, come up to my porch, I still have candy left. Is that wrong?
Ooh.
Are the kids' guards going to be down because of the holiday?
Is it illegal to leave a pumpkin full of candy all year round with the sign that says, take one? Could you do that?
I don't know.
Or would you get in trouble?
I don't know the legality of free candy.
I mean, it's like...
Dentist's office feel like they can do it.
It's one of those things that it's like, yeah, that's not illegal, but why you're doing it probably is.
Yeah.
Like, you'd throw up some red flags, like, they can't arrest you yet, but they'll investigate a little.
Yeah.
They'll send a little guy,
yeah.
like a little... Are there little people cops?
You're so excited about it.
I just pictured it, and it sounds so fun.
You're so excited about it.
Which there should be. They could do anything.
They have to be able to pass the physical exams?
Maybe. I don't know. Could they? I don't.
It depends if they can.
If it's not like height, if it's not like, hey, touch that.
Sometimes it is, like it might be unreasonable to ask someone who's 4'1" to lift 100 pounds over their head,
Yeah, I guess so, but they're compact,
more dense muscle fibers.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I just, real answer would be it probably comes down to passing the physical test.
Yeah.
I don't know what the height requirement for police officers is, but I've seen some pretty fucking short ones,
Yeah. What about... Okay, at some point, there's going to be, like, instead of cruise ships, there's going to be cruise submarines, right?
The fuck there are. What?
You don't think so?
I mean, I know there already are. I've been on one, but it was just like a day tour.
Oh, okay. For an 8-hour tour, or?
Yeah. Luckily, the ship was already sunk, so we couldn't die.
Oh, okay. Did you and Ginger ever hook up?
No, but me and the millionaire and his wife got freaky.
Thurston Howell. Yeah. That
Good.
Thurston trap over there.
What happened to the name Thurston?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like old names that don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Asian people still name their kids those names. There's a lot of Asian Eugenes. There's a lot of, like, they do that. I noticed.
Oh, you know why? It's because after we get done with them here, we ship them over to China.
They steal our intellectual property from 30 years ago.
Yeah, so they're actually they're just getting up to date.
Is that not like a thing that you've noticed?
Honestly, I don't hang out with other Asian people.
Oh, okay. No, but there's definitely like you'd meet like a Filipino chick named Ethel. You know what I mean? Where there's not been white people named Ethel for 30 years.
You know why? Old dudes.
Oh, old dudes.
Old dudes marrying into Asian families.
Oh, is that why?
I'm going to say that's what it is.
Okay.
It's like, oh, this 80-year-old is going to have a 20-year-old Filipino wife. Guess what their naming conventions are going to be?
Okay. That makes sense, but you would think that would be the case for all people that they're from a place where the culture kind of gets to them after a bit of a delay. But not, I guess, if it's people importing their wives from other places. But I don't know.
It was a solid thought.
If next time I meet Ruth, I will ask her. Yeah, man. This one, you know, they can't all be winners, you know? They
get that. Yeah.
They can't all be dog vaginas and farting in the mic, you know? Sometimes you got to take a swing, take another one, swing again, and then go sit down until you're up again, you know? And now it's your turn.
I know what that means.
You were on deck for that whole last riff.
I was on deck for it. I was just trying to give you facts that I think are true. I think I nailed it.
Okay.
Old creepy white dudes. They're always the problem.
That's always been it, huh?
That is for me. Every time I feel like I have a problem, I'm like, why do I feel mad about this? And I'm like, oh no, it's old white dudes.
Uh-huh.
It's old white dudes fucking up my rhythm.
What's the most recent example of that?
People my age not wanting to date me because they love dudes in their 50s.
Oh. Now, is that the old guy's fault, or is that the fault of the...
It's some old guy's fault for abandoning their daughter. Hey!
Cheers! Clink on that. Heineken Zero, everybody.
Now, literally, like, everyone I know has dad problems, which is why I keep having my dad on the podcast again. I'm like, Dad, we got to tag team everyone I know that doesn't have a father figure right now.
Yeah. Do you have dad problems? I feel like you got more mom problems.
I have slight mom problems, but like my sister filled in pretty heavy, so I don't have like any parental problems really.
Oh, okay.
You know, like me and my dad are super tight, so I'm just like, well,
damn.
I grew up correctly. That fucking sucks. I have my own problems, but I've got a very healthy support system in place.
Damn, isn't that such a bummer to realize? Like, oh, I should be fine.
Yeah, that's what I keep running into. Is I'm just like, oh. Sometimes when I feel sad, I work through it, and I use my support system and the people around me to help, you know, pick up slack where needed or just support me in whatever I'm doing, and now I'm fine and cool. Oh, fuck, not everybody has that.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's why, like, so many people tell me I put a lot of pressure on myself, you know, for various things, and I'm like, I do that because I'm fine. You know, like, everyone else I know... You know, yeah, no one's going to help them fucking move. You know, like, that's why I'm going to go help them.
Oh, okay.
You know, like, they don't have family in the area, so I'm gonna invite them over for this holiday. You know, like, I don't know. So I just try for the people around me that I think, like, need more than I have.
Okay.
Emotionally.
Yeah. I wonder, like...
But that's also my codependent tendency, is wanting to take care of things.
I was thinking about this the other day. It's like, I was thinking about, like, man, does it... I wish I was dating a woman that wasn't also another white person. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, oh, well, if she was any other race but also had a narcissistic mother that was a teacher, just like me, I think that's probably our most, whatever the word is. I can't think of words when I'm not having...
Similarities?
Yeah, similarities. Yeah, I went through a whole fucking list of other words that were not that one. Yeah, I don't know. But that's what I'm saying, is that's what we have in common.
There you go.
That's more unique.
Yeah.
Is narcissistic teacher mothers.
Interesting.
So...
That's something that, like, I don't have that, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that entails, but also I'm glad somebody understands you on that end.
Right, yeah. But that kind of reassured me, like, oh, maybe it's not a thing that I need to worry about, because if that's what I'm going for, it could have been anyone with that going on, and probably would have got along pretty well. I don't think I need to worry about it. Although, maybe I do. I don't know. There should just not be any more white people. And not from like a violence or whatever. I think we should just no more white.
I'm just gonna close that window. I don't think any of my neighbors are white, but we're fine.
Yeah. No, I just mean like, let's just not do it so no one has to worry about it.
Oh,
no
I just figured you meant we're gonna start phasing them out. Like,
yeah. Just let's all just
more interbreeding.
Let's all just mix it up until no one can be mad at anyone for skin color shit.
You see, I'm down with that because I love the white ladies.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Okay. They're your favorite?
They're my favorite. Really, my thing is just short Italian women that are kind of stern about everything.
Okay.
That or Jewish.
Where have you come in contact with Jewish and Italian is kind of
Yeah, basically
half of one, 6 dozen of the other. You know what I mean? Or whatever that expression is.
6 of one, a dozen of the half of the other. Fucking
the 1%.
That's why I think I need to live on the East Coast.
Yeah, that's where you find the wops and heebs.
Jesus fucking Christ, Sam. Are you trying to ruin yourself that hard?
No, it's okay. No,
it's okay. No one can find you on social media. You'll be fine.
No, I'm on an island all by myself. I'm just writing messages in bottles in a language no one reads. You know, no one's gonna find me. I'm not gonna find anyone. I'm just out there using antiquated slurs. No. It's fine. I said there should be no more white people. I think I get a pass from this one from now on.
Yeah, okay. You're making it sound... You used, like, the only 2 terrible slurs for white people.
Oh, there's a lot for Italians.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. They kind of...
they got it hard back in the day. I mean, World War II, we were kind of enemies, so, like, any Italian Americans had to be like, hey, I'm not one of those.
Yeah. They got a lot of names, but... Okay, what is Irish people? Because there's a lot of... There's only that, though, right? Patty?
Patty. Red.
Red? I never heard that one
before.
They're
gingers.
Okay. All right, they deserve more. Let's make up some. No, Polak.
You want to make fun of Polish people?
No, why do they get so much hate? Because there's a million.
Dude, I don't know. Like, it's so weird to me to be like country specific racist.
Right. Yeah, but it's weird because there's like a bunch of other Eastern European countries that are probably as deserving of Polish people for a fucking slur, but they're the only ones
I'm assuming just everyone got called a Polak no matter what.
No, I'm from Chechnya. They're like, no, fuck you, Polak.
Yeah, they're like, Switzerland? Polak.
I'm from Namibia. And they're like, Polak.
Just a white dude from South Africa? Fucking Polak.
That's fun. That's a good fun one.
Well, that's been the racist portion of the episode.
We got that out of the way.
You're welcome for all those sound clips, my future enemies.
Yep. We got the bestiality portion out of the way.
Speaking of my enemies, I actually did make one.
You made a real legit enemy?
Kind of. Well, this fucking like Blue Lives Matter coffee shop here in Sparks just started following Nick on Twitter, and so I was making fun of him for it. I didn't even know the fucking name of the place.
Okay.
I was just talking with Nick on Twitter, independent of anything else, and they bust into our conversation to like retweet. And I was like, go back to your NRA Blue Lives Matter coffee shop. Just like that's just like I'm not just like fucking Republicans and terrible. I'm just like, go back to your fucking coffee shop.
Wait, I'm wondering how they even found Nick in the first place.
He went there once.
Oh, just to get a coffee?
Yeah, he just like study. Then he didn't talk to anybody.
Oh.
Nothing. They just found him.
Wow. So
right?
They must have been doing some like Wi-Fi snooping.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So already I'm just like, these sketchy motherfuckers.
Right, because he probably used their Wi-Fi. They found out who he was.
Yep. Followed him. And then any mentions of coffee and or cops, they're just all up in everybody's shit.
Damn.
So they were just like, we don't care about anyone's stance on Republicans, guns, or anything. We love everybody, unlike some people who hate our family's going to come. So our families are going to come out and be your first responders, regardless of how you feel. And
wow.
I was like, where the fuck is this coming from?
It's a lot of energy to just thrust in a direction that has no.
And also, I'm like, it's cool that you say you love everybody, yet you decide to try to side me against guns, Republicans, and all these things, as if I'm on a side that you can't love because I'm in this way.
Yeah.
But then you decide to also place the burden of loving things on me because I called you exactly what you are. Yeah, they have like the fucking thin blue line flag that was made in response to Black Lives Matter existing.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay. But then I had tweeted something about like, I was just like, no matter what, it doesn't matter if you're a person of color, a person of uniform, or a formless being who doesn't understand the coffee. I think we can all agree that Epstein didn't kill himself. And so, like, I just tweeted that after they just started saying some bullshit. And they tweeted me back just to be like, I agree. Also, our shop owner is black. And, like, that was it. I was like, you guys are so tone deaf to the way this shit is happening.
Oh, man.
I was like, you are busting into my life to be like, fuck you for apparently hating Republicans. Also, we have a black guy. See you later. I was like, why are you here? What the fuck? You came in here to tell me I hate cops and that you're black? Cool, man. I'm not going to go to your coffee shop. Why? You're right. I don't like cops. Why? They do this shit. They tell me that I don't respect first responders and that their lives are more important than mine because they're so self-sacrificing. And so, therefore, they need their own coffee shop and that I should go away unless I want to have coffee because they love everybody. Like, it's such a weird fucking mixed message. It's like when Mormons say that you're an apostate who lives in sin, come back to the church and you'll be fine. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're an asshole.
Yeesh.
Get out of my life. I didn't want you here.
It's just so far afield from what a coffee shop should. They should be like, let's see if we could get good beans. And
yeah,
you know,
and they're just they shacked up with the fucking that coffee company that also helps like veterans and first responders. Black Rifle. It's good coffee. I have one of their T-shirts because I used to go to CrossFit stuff, which is also all like vaguely right wing and stuff.
Okay,
so like
CrossFit is right wing.
Yeah, I mean it's all it's like everything in like the workout realm is vaguely like Republican and Christian and stuff. Just because like. Most of the people that end up in that sector are like, I used to do heroin and now I do CrossFit. You know, like so they have to do the like come to Jesus moment at some point. So yeah, like I don't know, I don't have a problem with their coffee, but it's just like, you guys aren't trying to look for like the greatest coffee. You're just trying to support a cause, which is fine. Yeah. But don't pretend you don't support a cause and that you support everybody, quote unquote. Like if you're gonna go on fucking Twitter and just try to attack people for no fucking reason, you know.
The creepiest thing about it, it's all fucking well and good, but
they just found us.
That they knew. How did they know it was him?
Because they're fucking cops. They're fucking narcs. They're looking at everybody, monitoring the world because that's what they fucking do.
They're gonna
because they're the thin blue line between chaos and order.
Is this the most you've talked about them on a microphone since then? Okay,
well, it happened a couple days ago, so
right.
I just haven't had a chance. I've just been laughing about it since it's happened.
Now we're gonna get roped in.
Oh, that's why I posted on Facebook. I was just like, I'm getting in a Twitter fight with this weird right-wing coffee shop, so I'm not feeling suicidal, and my house's electrical is fine. So if I die, it was them. You know, I don't know what their fucking goal is, other than to they're not being like, oh, please come to our coffee shop and talk to us. They're just like, obviously you hate people anyway. Love our coffee. I'm like, fuck you. Get away from me.
Yeah, it's like a weird way to market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, out of anger, I guess? Or like...
It's this indignance, you know, that... Like, that's the one thing that annoys me. It's like, I don't know any veterans like this. It's only cops I know like this, where they're like, give us respect! We've been there! And I'm like, I don't fucking care! You signed up for a job!
Yeah. I love it when there's like a police person or a military person, and they're like, respect is earned, not given. And it's like, well... isn't that kind of what your badge is all about? That they just gave it to you, which means that I have to respect you? Like, isn't your own existence negating what you're talking about? Know what I mean? Like,
to me, it's the inherent like authoritarian respect that they want. Right. They want us to respect the way they are, so that they can respect our right to just be alive. That's what they're doing. There's like, oh, because they signed up to have a badge, our life is worth less.
Look at all
because we are the chaos they have to police, and it's us burdening them with having to police us.
Look at all this not being dead we let you do.
Yeah, exactly. That's like they fucking made some weird like our family is still gonna show up to save you, and I'm like, I don't fucking call 911 because I don't fucking trust cops.
Oh, okay. So
I'll take an Uber to the hospital and I will just let my house burn down. I have insurance.
This was a fucked up premise for a joke that I was trying to work out. Is like, okay, sometimes you might have a problem with someone, and sometimes that might be a black person, but you definitely don't want to call the cops to handle your dispute.
I remember you talking through this one.
So, what if there was a separate thing that you could call and say, hey, things are getting heated with this guy.
You just need a mediator.
Yeah. I want someone that's going to not come here and shoot him, but maybe gets him to leave me alone. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. I know that there's something to that idea. Because...
Well, there's something to that idea because that's what the cops are supposed to be.
Right, I know,
But we gave them military-style weapons and an inherent fear that they're going to die every day.
Right,
you know? So, like...
Well, in a certain group of people are deemed to be the enemy more than others, so...
Yeah.
But here's my thing, is people do fucked up shit.
Yeah.
That's what people do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need some help from an authority.
And we're a country that loves guns and drinking.
Right. Yeah.
And fucking doing meth sometimes, you know? Like, so yeah, there's gonna be fucking problems.
Yeah.
And do you want them to be solved with a neutral party that can calm both sides down, hopefully in some sort of proper manner that's dictated by let's say a code of conduct or laws.
Yeah. It would be great if there was some accountability when they fucked up.
Yeah, but no, and again, that's another problem I have with that thin blue line thing. Where there's like, they think that they have to make the blue wall so that no cops can falter in the blue wall to save them all from having to like own up to, you probably should have shot this guy that was unarmed and had his arms behind his back just because he moved for a second, you know?
Yeah, this is getting real Watchmen-y.
Yeah.
Have you been watching that show?
No.
Yeah.
I've been watching out my window to make sure the cops haven't showed up yet.
Yeah, give it a look.
I've been waiting.
Their whole thing is like the cops wear the masks now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because like there's like, the bad guys were killing the cops because they'd figure out who the cops are. And it's like, yeah, okay. In this world where you have all this crazy technology, you cover from your eyes down to protect who you are. The eye recognition isn't
we're gonna read your shit no matter what.
Yeah. As if the eyes aren't the one thing that's like a fingerprint more than anything else on your whole fucking face. Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking watch.
Plot hole in that, but it's whatever. It's a good enough show to watch.
Yeah, either way. I'm just so incensed by this, like... and the other thing that gets me is the people that act like that, whoever runs the Twitter of that coffee shop, those same people are the ones that would shit all over like whiny liberals and vegans for like constantly being offended. I'm like, I never mentioned you by name. I don't know who you are. I don't follow you. You don't follow me until very recently. You came out of the fucking woodwork to be offended that I dare call you a Blue Lives Matter NRA coffee shop when I'm assuming you love cops because you serve cops and NRA because also NRA loves cops and guns.
Well, and it's crazy that that's what they are, but even just you saying that
because
is
they think it has some sort of negative connotation. Like, it has a negative connotation because you guys do this shit. If cops were as cool as firefighters always are. I've never had a problem with any firefighters because they're like, hey, we'll put your fire out. Don't go back in there. You're fucking stupid. Please come back outside where it's not on fire. You know, like if cops could have the same thing, be like, put your gun down. You're not going to put your gun down? Now I'll shoot you. Instead of just being like, here's your license back. Now I'm going to put a bullet in your head. You know, like...
There's a reason why NWA didn't write a song called Fuck the Fire Department, you know? It makes sense.
Yeah. And like I've had those run-ins. Like I got pulled over for a busted taillight down in Carson City, and a cop pulls up with his gun drawn because he saw on my file I had a CCW, and I didn't let him know whether or not I was armed. And I was like... Yeah, that's why I have both my hands on the steering wheel.
Oh, really? You have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I also hate when coffee shops that are vaguely right-wing are like, you hate guns and Republicans. I'm like, fuck you. I used to be one, and I have one. I'll let you guess which is which. You know? Like, I don't know what the fuck these people want from me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, fine. I guess I'll get aggressively left.
It's like that purity test thing that both sides always do, where you're like, hey, I'm from a military family, and I'm a concealed carry person. How much more do you want from me?
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, sorry, I can't get your respect because I never served in anything. But guess what? Not all of us have to, because that's what fucking society is. Maybe if all of us were cops, we'd all get the same respect. Or maybe not, because some cops can be fucking assholes. Just like anybody can be a fucking asshole. So you can't be like, all cops are totally cool. No, some of them fucking aren't because they kill people and do crime. Like any quote-unquote class of people. And that's what it is. It's this weird class warfare where police as an entity are trying to separate themselves from us, what they deem the chaos in society that they have to watch over in some weird order fashion. But then I'm like... Fucking most of us can be cops. So guess what? That chaos suddenly becomes the order you want, and guess what? There is no order anywhere. It's all chaos. It's all chaos because laws can be broken by literally anybody.
Yeah.
It just matters how much money you have to make it go away. So, like, I don't know what the fuck they want out of this.
Yeah.
I don't know what fight they want to get in, but I'm like, fucking quit following me. I'm not your dude. I'm not coming to your coffee shop. I'll go to Starbucks because guess what? Sure, they're racist to black people, but they also have an app. You know, like... They're more convenient for me to get the fucking bean juice I want. You're not convenient, and you harass me on Twitter. If Starbucks started harassing me on Twitter, I'd brick the fuck out of their windows.
I don't know. It must be someone that runs their Twitter that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
No.
Because there's no way that sells more coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they're not doing it in a public forum where even their people are going to see it and be like, yeah, way to go after him. Yeah, I'll go support you. There's no use for it other than to piss you off.
But that's the thing, is they were trying to do that, and that's why I was saying in one of my threads on Facebook, I was like, I get that they're trying to have their like viral own the libs moment, but like I'm too fucking middle of the road and likable. Like I don't have fucking enemies except for this fucking coffee shop apparently. You know, like. And so, like, they tried to subtweet me and put it out to all their followers. Nobody gave a shit. One person that I don't follow liked my tweet back to them to be like, weird way to spread love by putting me against you in this whole thing, but whatever, what else is Twitter for? You know, like, somebody else, I don't know, liked that just to be like, yeah, they are fucking up, you know? Like,
damn.
So, like, no one came to whatever the fuck they were doing. So I'm like, okay, yeah, your tone-deaf, weird, viral moment fell flat. So now it is just me against you. So what do you want to do? It's like what do you want to do? I'm not going to come to your coffee shop. So all you did was just like take up some time on my Saturday to tweet back and forth about dumb shit.
What are you going to unlisten to my podcast?
Yeah,
more?
Right. And it's like what I love is I don't know who's running their Twitter because it's either the coffee shop owner who has to run his own Twitter, and he just keeps talking about himself in the third person as if he is the coffee shop and not the owner of it. And just saying we a bunch, which, again, if you're just saying we a bunch to try to prove yourself that you're a corporate entity and not a singular person, that's the most dystopian, like, communist shit you can do. So it's weird to have that, you know, like, you read some Ayn Rand and get some individuality in you, you know? Like, ooh, who's John Galt? Fuck off. Anyway, like, I don't understand.
Have you read that book?
It's so shitty. She's a terrible... I had to read 2 of her books in high school, and I was like, I get it, but also, ugh, you know, like, we had to do, like, 3 months on that shit. Yeah.
You had a teacher that was really into a certain thing.
We all read various philosophy things. That's how I became not Republican anymore. It's like I read a bunch of Ayn Rand, read a bunch of philosophy stuff, and I was like, oh, man. I was like, yeah, individuality's cool. Expression is cool. Not being, like, boxed into whatever. But also, wow, this, like, anarcho-capitalism is shit, you know?
Is that her whole deal?
No, she's just, like, super authoritarian.
Oh.
And, like, you know, like, which is crazy, because, like, that's the exact shit you wouldn't want in your, like, super right-wing society. But it's just, like, when you get to that level, it's just like, okay, well, when you no longer want the government watching over anything, and you want everyone to be an individual, then you have to put things in place to watch over all the individuals to make sure that they aren't being communist. And then it again inherently becomes like a fucking fascist thing. So, like...
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't... if there's one thing that I've learned in the past couple of years from all this crazy shit, is that there aren't terms that are meaningful as far as, like, what is left?
Yeah.
What is conservative? Do you know what I mean? Like, none of these things mean anything really. They're just words to use at the people that are a different thing than you think you are, but no one even knows what they are. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like everyone just chill out.
But that's the thing, is a lot of people don't want to think about these things, like, at all, and so they'll align themselves with a thing to get their one or two things they care about. And once somebody fits in that box, that's their person. They can shut their brain off of having to worry about anything. Which is, you know, like, politicians are supposed to be that representative for you and the collective people around you to be like, yeah, I'm not going to fuck up, I promise. But then, what do they always do? We're going to fuck up somewhere because all of us can't care about the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
And so, like, we just need to care more about local representatives to then, like, waterfall up to the big people. Because when we just look at the president only, to be like, you have to believe what at least 50% of us believe. Oh, fuck. Like, how do we do that? Especially in a two-party system.
Ugh, yeah.
It's fucking madness.
It sounds pretty stupid. Someone was talking about a thing where it's like, you do, like, a direct democracy thing, but then you can't do that because it really depends on, like, how the thing's written. So if it's like, well, you know, like, in, like, a debate class?
Yeah.
Where, like, okay, what is the thing? And then it's, like, really about, like, dissecting the wording of the question.
Yeah, there's a lot of law speak and bullshit.
Right.
Like, fucking
and it's like,
the ringer.
Well, if what you're claiming is this, then it's... Well, it's like, no, just think about the big fucking picture of the question. Of what you know what I mean? Like, they'll dissect the phrasing of it. And it's like, I feel like that's how the laws would be if we tried to do direct democracy, where it's like...
it would be madness.
There would be a shitty... And that's the way that it is now, is that all the people that vote on this shit in, like, Congress and stuff, they don't even read the whole bill anyway. So it's like, oh, of course we can't do that, because the slight bit of that we do have doesn't fucking work.
You just get some nerds to boil it down for you, and then you vote on your heart.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of been thinking about, like, man, if Nevada was its own state, it was its own country. You know what I mean? Like, this place kind of represents what I'm into pretty well. You know what I'm saying? Like, we legalize shit pretty quickly in regards to, like, the rest of the country, which I'm like, man, more shit being legal is probably a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, everything that we've tried it with the prostitution, that works out fine. Could be better, but, you know, with the weed, it's like, yeah, that works out great. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's the thing that like there needs to be some sort of balance though, because like, yeah, like we're a libertarian paradise. You can have your guns, weed, gambling, and prostitutes all in one place. But then also you get too far into just that ideals. Then suddenly they're not taxing the weed or any of the other, like the gambling or anything, and then suddenly
then
Mad
everything
Max
falls apart.
Yeah, like you have everything, but then no infrastructure because nobody wants to do that.
Right.
So you need some fucking dorky ass communists to come in and be like, maybe there should be public schools, you know, like.
Yeah, I just feel like the good things would be so far down the list of things that would get taken away. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much like I was kind of into that Tulsi chick. Did you ever get into what she was talking about how like if we just stopped doing all the fucking crazy wars, we could pay for a lot of this shit?
That would make sense. But also, wasn't she the cop?
No, that's Kamala.
Oh, okay, cool.
Tulsi is the one that got rid of Kamala.
That's right. Tulsi's the one from California, right?
No, Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii. That's right. It was one of those.
And Kamala was from California. She was like the prosecutor, like the attorney general or whatever the fuck. And Tulsi was all like, "Didn't you put like a shitload of people in jail for weed?" And then you talked about it, and you're like laughing about how you did it, and then I don't know. I just she was interesting to me in a way that I haven't seen anyone for a long time, but she's like the anti-war person, so she's not going to get elected. Yeah. There's too much money in that shit. And that's the thing to me is like, okay, so what value is that if you are into that kind of shit? Like, oh, that was Ron Paul fucking 12 years ago. That's Tulsi now. It's like those people always get kicked the fuck out. Bernie got cheated out of the fucking thing last time.
They just
it's like
kicked him out, and now he's like the fucking like grandfather of everyone that's in there now.
Yeah.
Well, they're like, yeah, I agree with what he said before, but also, what if not Bernie?
Right.
That's what everyone's fucking trying to pull now.
Right. Well, it seems like anyone that has any real revolutionary ideas gets fucking
railed,
kicked the fuck out by the, you know, whatever the there's all these people trying to play for the team, but there's like the general manager, you know what I mean? That's really getting to decide who pitches on this day. You know what I'm saying? Like when people say deep state, it's like there's a lot of dumb Republican bullshit about that, but it is a thing that exists.
Yeah, like there's definitely, I mean, we have it and we call it openly what is super PACs. They're just fucking rich as fuck groups of people that are just like, we choose this person. This whole region chooses this person. I'm part of one for my fucking job. Like,
are you? Which?
It's I don't know what it's fucking called, but it's all like their whole thing is just like we want more war because that's how we make our money. And I'm like,
isn't it fucked up that you're like, yeah, it's good for me if that happens?
Yeah,
because
well, that's the bad thing is we're technically the owners of our company are Turkish. So when we had that little U.S. versus Turkey spat the other week, I was like. "Ooh, God, am I going to get targeted by the government for selling weapons to Turkey, or am I going to get targeted by Turkey for being part of the United States?" I don't know. I probably shouldn't be talking about that shit, but also, like, that's the shit that I have to deal with. Being like, yeah, I work for the people that I don't agree with.
You are literally a part of the military
industrial complex.
That is your industry.
I'm suckling on the teat of the war machine.
Which you're in probably more of a benign area of it.
And mostly medical systems.
Yeah.
But also it's just like, but I like to
there you go again, because Tulsi, she's a major in the army currently as a medic. So it's like you're like the podcasting goofball version of her.
It's one of those things where it's just like, I know I'm in the system that's a part of the problem, but you like fucking, I think back to my SLC Punk quotes, is you can do more damage from the inside the system than you can from the outside. You know, like I can inflict more change from inside the system than I can as an outsider. Yeah. So I can tell them, like, maybe let's not do more drone technology. Maybe let's focus on more helping
medical stuff.
Yeah, like, oh, maybe
that'd be nice.
Like, maybe we should have this company-wide initiative to do more charity work around town, and there should be initiatives to help that more, rather than just telling people like, "Ooh, go on this fun run." Like, no, maybe not a fun run. Maybe like a heart walk. You know, like maybe.
What's the difference between a fun run and a heart walk?
One of them is just a bunch of assholes wearing shorts, and the other one gives money to people that are dying.
Oh. I thought a fun run was some sort of fundraiser for something.
Sometimes, most of the time they should be, but sometimes, like you really, like, that's the thing that gets me about some charitable events. You really gotta look, because it's like, oh, they're putting 80% of this towards operational costs.
Yeah.
So it's like, cool, we raised $3 million. Mm-hmm. So the Children's Miracle Network's getting $200,000. I'm like, what? Hold on.
Yeah.
Ooh, so the organizer of this event can get properly paid his salary? No, fuck off. You know, like, I get it takes a lot of work to run a charity, but maybe cap your salary a little bit, dude.
Yeah. Oh man, that is kind of a bummer to think about.
Yeah,
like,
charities fuck with me real hard. Like, I've given to some charities and then gone, fuck, can't do that. And that's why, like, I'm so much more now into charities of actively going out to do the thing rather than giving them money, because boy, are some charities bad with fucking money. You know, like, I can't fucking do it anymore. So, like, that's why I'd rather go to the ASPCA and be like their designated cat petter for the day, or, you know, go build a fucking house for Habitat for Humanity.
You remember the pink ribbon?
Susan G. Komen.
Yeah. Well, do you remember how that thing was, like, exposed as, like...
It's a huge scam, because, again, it's mostly a marketing thing. 90% of their shit is, like, either organizational costs or going, you know, towards quote-unquote research on how to quote-unquote cure breast cancer. And it's just, like, no one can...
Yeah.
It's like, no one... like, it's real hard to, like, cure cancer. Like, you're going to put a bunch of money towards the idea of curing cancer. That's cool, but what about these people that need... fucking help after they get out of the fucking hospital, like, just help them with some like medical things. It's the same problem I have with what is it, Autism Speaks, that charity,
the little puzzle,
because thing. that entire organization is focusing on trying to cure autism. And it's just like, it's like a cognitive thing. Like, we already barely understand mental illness that we can medicate. So we, like, don't understand. We understand some symptoms of how the spectrum of autism can work. We don't understand how to quote unquote cure the way their brain works. Yet they're dumping money into that, into some shadow research on how to quote unquote cure autism, and barely helping families of children with, like, severe autism just function in society.
So what are they even claiming that they're going to do? They're going to
cure autism. That's what they think they're going to do.
Meaning that people that have it, they can get them to cut it out? Or like...
Either that, or they think they can really get into gene splicing enough to just, like, turn that off in people. With, like, the whole Gattaca situation. And that's what gets me about, like, in vitro fertilization. Like, you can make yourself a designer baby now. It costs a couple, $100,000 to finally get there.
Yeah.
But you can fucking choose male, female. You can't choose race. You can't. I mean, you could, like, you get the sperm donor. You can kind of fudge the race all you want, but, like, you can choose male, female. You can kind of, like, you can fucking bump your stats on your fucking baby, like a RPG at this point. That's what's fucking crazy to me. You can fuck with the stats of your baby before it's born, and just pop it inside your significant other and call it a fucking time. But, like,
I remember
Autism Speaks is trying that.
I had a video game, like a Nintendo 64 game, where you got to build your own... I think it was a baseball game, and you got to build your own player, and they had, like, the dimensions, so you pick, how big of arms do you want, how tall...
Just ratchet it all up.
I made him have the big old butt. I turned everything else down, and, like, I forget
like,
what it was
baseball
called.
Want donk.
I think it was called Glutes or something. I was like... Turn the glutes to 100, and there was just this guy that was walking around with, like, this big fucking bouncy booty.
Turn the glutes to 100.
Damn, that might be our episode title.
It was either that or it was going to be Rice and Roni.
Man, we really ran the gamut of...
It's just, man, whenever somebody tries to attack me politically on the internet, I just start running through everything I believe in my head to make sure it's all still there. And so that's what this podcast has ended up being. Me being like, here's why all this is bullshit, and here's why people should leave me the fuck alone. Which is where, like, sometimes I'll get a little bit libertarian in that sense, where I'm like, everyone leave me be. Everyone just leave me to my fucking chickens. I'll pay my taxes. Go the fuck away. Maybe I don't want the cops surveilling me because they think it's worth their time. Like, maybe all cops should just be on the beat, walking around, asking children if they're cool. Like, whenever I see a thing of, like, cops playing basketball with neighborhood kids, I'm like, good. put cops out in the street, just have them fucking around, having a fun day.
Yeah.
And then when shit goes down, they can be the ones to write the ticket. You know, like, fine. But they shouldn't be out there trying to generate revenue for the city through writing bullshit tickets. You know, like...
Yeah. I always think about the idea of an undercover cop as so fucking preposterous. Like, think about the idea of, okay, so there's a cop. He's out there, he's supposed to help people.
Yeah.
Right? The idea that you could be in peril and be looking for help and walk right past an unmarked police car.
Right.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Like, just on its face. Doesn't that fucking sound completely insane?
It's crazy.
That you
Because, like, no other... I'm pretty sure maybe Canada or some other, you know, like, other places. But, like, most other countries do not have undercover cops.
Yeah.
Because the point of police officers is to protect and serve.
Right.
Not...
Yeah.
keep an eye out, you know? Like,
Right. And people say, like, oh, well,
And trick
you know, if the bad guys know that they're a cop, then they can't catch the bad guy. And I'm like,
yeah, good.
well,
Go do your crime somewhere else.
That's what I'm saying is like, well, if they're not doing something so illegal so clearly, maybe we could leave them alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. How sneaky do you have to be to catch the sneaky guy? You know what I mean? And now we're doing this whole sneaky battle.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, just stop it. Catch the criminals. Catch the criminals you need to catch. Bust. Like, maybe they should have fucking busted the KKK back in the 70s, but instead they just let the Nazis and the KKK roll up in Greensboro and gun people down. You know, like, hey cops, maybe just be there, and maybe don't also be the Nazis. Like,
Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy.
right?
Yeah, we've pissed off just about everybody
Yeah,
out there.
it's fine. It's just like, I don't think all cops are Nazis or evil. Like, that's not how I think. But there are definitely some Nazi cops. Just like how I know there's some Nazi civilians. But guess what? Civilians aren't supposed to live up to a code of conduct. Cops are. You know, like, if you go to McDonald's and you have a swastika on your arm, McDonald's won't hire you. Why should the police?
Yeah? Yeah, that's a
That's
good
what
point.
makes no fucking sense to me.
Yeah.
And they can, like, fudge the rules, be like, no, this phrase on my arm isn't fucking Nazi bullshit. Like, okay, yeah, but why are you only arresting Jewish people today?
I had that thought, like, I got pulled over the other day, and there was this lady cop, and she was really nice, and she's like, well, you were doing 12 over, but I'm going to knock it down to 10 so it doesn't give you any points or
And
whatever.
she can fudge
And I'm
the
like-
rules.
And I'm like, that's awesome that I get that, but it's so not awesome that people that aren't me don't get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, so you have that amount of discretion. How are you using it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That just weirds me out. It's like,
That, and to me, the idea of fines. Because that just means, like, if you're rich, you can park anywhere you want.
right, yeah.
Like, if it's no points off your license or anything, park anywhere you want because, this parking space is just going to cost me $50. Fuck it. You know, like, that's it.
Yeah.
If you're rich enough, there's no crimes. It's just how much can you pay to make this ticket go away, which is fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone should be arrested for, you know, just jaywalking,
Yeah.
but also, like,
Well, it doesn't work out all the time because sometimes if you're really rich and you do a lot of evil shit, you get murdered in prison. Anyway. Oh, fuck.
yeah, we've kind of run up against the end of this fucking podcast, and we can just roll it into yours eventually. But yeah, like, I just want to say, you know, like, I've never had, I mean, aside from my childhood when it was the military police on base fucking with me, I've never had, it's weird to call them civilian cops, but, like, military police was different because it was fresh after 9/11 and they had M16s.
These muggle cops.
Yeah, like all these muggle cops out here. I've never had bad interactions with cops because I don't call them. So I'm usually just a citizen out in the world that either they're trying to come to me for information or they're just trying to be like, hey, we pulled you over because your car's all fucked. Can you please not have it be fucked? And I'm like, you got it, sir. And then just like fix it, ticket me. And I'm like, yeah, license plate's in the mail. Sorry. You know, like, I've never had a bad time except for the guy that was just like gun drawn and at the ready. And like, I get it. I was in Carson City and I pulled into the creepiest motel because I was just like, fuck this. And I just pulled over immediately. But like, yeah, maybe
I've had a couple bad experiences.
Like-
One time I had to pull down my pants and spread my butt cheeks because of weed. Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
But again, technically you were committing a crime. And I'm not saying it's right that they made you spread your butt cheeks. It's funny after the fact. I wasn't committing a crime. I just didn't tell a cop whether or not I had a gun. And so he just came into the situation assuming I did.
Right.
Which is fine if they want to feel threatened by everyone all the time.
Yeah.
But, like, at a certain point, how, like, if you're going to assume everyone has a gun, like, you need to have better protocol. You can't be just pointing your gun at everybody being like, do you have a gun? Like, no, but you fucking do. So, like, what's the protocol here? I can't shoot at you, but you can shoot at me? That's fun. Like, if we're gonna have a little fucking shoot-off, we'll both get behind barriers, and we'll both have guns. Now it's fucking fair.
Yeah.
Cuff me first. I don't give a shit. It'll be shitty, yeah, but I don't want to get murdered because you got a little spooked.
Yeah. Oh, boy,
It's
oh,
like,
boy.
I'm not going to get in the back of an ambulance and they're just going to fucking, like, shoot me in the shoulder because they got scared. If anything, they're going to accidentally give me more drugs, which is dope as shit. If I run into a firefighter who's a little scared, what's he going to do? He's just not going to go in my burning house for a second. That's fine. Spray the fire hose, dude. I don't give a shit. Cops, though, have this weird right where they're like, okay, we're the only class in society allowed to kill people actively because sometimes we get scared. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no, like, if we're thinking of the class system, they win. No matter what. Politicians, like, you think about any politician on stage, if they get scared, they can't just snap somebody's neck because they got scared a little bit. Nobody else besides cops can just be like, ah, and then they're dead. No one else.
Dude, what if you were bombing and you got real, like, nervous?
I just shot the person in the front row. I was just like, oh, God, sorry, comedian's reflex. Had to kill somebody.
Hey, what do you do for a living, buddy? And he's like, orthodontist. And you're like, I don't have a joke for that.
Yeah, so anyway, that's my politics.
Politics?
Nope.
Politics. I like
Sounds fancier. Mm-hmm. Sam, you got any shows coming up?
No.
Good. Anything you want to plug?
Nah.
Perfect. Actually, I do have something.
Okay, what do you
Speaking of coffee shops, guess what, motherfuckers? I'm starting my own room finally.
Ooh.
There's a new coffee shop called Coffee and Comics over on Moana, kind of near Atlantis. It's in a little strip mall. I'm going to be starting there November 19th. I'm going to be going every Tuesday, and I didn't want to fuck with Norm's shit. And plus, this place closes at 8, so I'm going to do like a 6 o'clock, 6:30 open mic there. So every Tuesday for the foreseeable future until they realize they didn't want comedy, which they seem cool. Nerds love comedy.
That's true.
And it's an all-ages venue. Another thing that's rough around here is not having all-ages venues. So it's going to be early mic. I'm going to cap it at like 10 people because I really do want to get out of there by 8 so the place can properly close. So it'll be open mic. January, once I think we've run enough shows and kind of built up the comedy there, I'll start booking shows.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do fucking showcases every fucking week like everyone around here.
That's too much.
I'm either going to book headliners or guess what, motherfuckers? Some of you get to start headlining. Like let's fucking build the scene properly. There's nowhere like you can headline. I know you feel like you can't. At this point, Sam, you can fucking headline.
If someone told me I needed to,
yeah,
I could make it happen.
Exactly. And so, like, that's why, like, yeah, sure, none of us can headline. Guess why? Because none of us have the opportunity to headline.
What a futile effort to put together 45 minutes to an hour of an act. When would you ever run that other than in 10 to 15 minute chunks anywhere?
Like, sure, like some of the people around here get to co-headline either with like Dead Panda people or at the Pioneer. Like some of us get to co-headline. And it's like, okay, yeah, we get to do 25 to 30 minutes. And they have to share it. But also, you know what? I'm going to tell you have 45. If you're short, I'm going to have to pay you less, sure, because you didn't do your fucking time.
Oh,
but also,
that's great.
Survive for 45 minutes, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Do it.
There's very few people that would actually... There's people that would try, I think. And there's people that wouldn't try that would be better than the people that would. And you know what I'm saying?
It's at the point where I'm like, I know who used to be able to headline. I'm not going to book them. Sorry, Matt Wiegand. I know, but he also told me that I'm funnier than him at this point, so I win. It's just like, yeah, there's plenty of people that used to be able to headline around here. they don't get booked. Some of us need some fucking headlining time. So guess what? It's going to start happening because we don't have that right now. We don't have a headline host feature spot that will book locals.
And a coffee shop seems like the good low pressure environment.
Yeah,
to try that.
It's got some couches and chairs set up. We could, if we wanted to, get a solid 60 to 80 people in there. I don't see that happening anytime soon. But if I wanted to actually bring a headliner from somewhere, someone I enjoy, because this is I'm calling this my fucking room.
Do it.
It's mine. I will book the people. Everyone else step off of my shit. It's mine. But also, if you have some ideas, give them to me. Because I'm not out there doing comedy 24/7. But also, find your own place. I want my own room, and I want to do it the way I think it should be done. Because we have plenty of the other things, and they're all failing all the time.
Everything fails.
Exactly. Everything fails, but I want to fail the way I fail, which is always up somehow.
Right. It seems like everyone that fails goes over and over, runs the same playbook.
Yeah.
To lose the game in the same way that every other person before them.
Yeah. I never failed the same way twice.
Yeah. Yeah, just try a different... Because that's what everyone does. It's like, all right, we'll have a mic. And then every once a month we'll have a showcase, and we'll get someone from out of town, and we'll pay them to headline. And then
why are we going out of town so much?
Yeah.
And then suddenly, too many people want guest spots. And then suddenly, it's a 7-person fucking showcase with a headliner doing 20 minutes.
Yep.
And it's like, no.
And then the headliner gets paid all of the money because they had to come from out of town.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why did we do that?
And that's again where I'm like I get the idea of ticket sales and door prices. If I'm booking a headliner, I'm going to be running a quote unquote production company, just like the stupid podcast, just like anything.
Yeah.
Give them a fucking guarantee. Say, hey, here's how much money you're going to get. If ticket sales are through the fucking roof, you get a bonus. If not, you got your money.
Yeah.
Sell some merch.
Yeah. I mean, your gas and a little bit extra is covered if no one is there.
Yeah.
So you're not going to lose money on it, but you'll lose an evening.
Yeah, it's like if you're coming from SAC, you're going to get 200 no matter what. Fucking come out. If not, well...
Yeah.
Sure, I'm out $200. That's a gambling night for me. I'd rather gamble with my future than with my...
What's crazy is, I was thinking about this, is that, just having some sort of income that's more than just covering your bare essentials really puts you in a position where you can help other people out, especially in the artistic thing, where you're like, oh, I can, every once a month I could cover $200 to pay somebody to do a show,
and I've just been blowing it on fucking Buffalo Wild Wings and drinking.
And I don't need to get a bar owner to pony that up initially. I can make something happen for more than 2 months before they go, oh, we've lost money and now it's over. You can kind of keep you can breathe some life into it for a minut if you have any amount of actual income.
That's what I'm hoping to do, because I already spent enough money on dumb shit. Might as well do something cool that I like.
Yeah, sounds fun. Let's do it.
So, guys, Coffee and Comics, the working title for the open mic, and my thing is going to be Coffee and Comics and Comics. Because it makes me laugh every time.
I like it.
Plus, they already have their logo, and I just want to scribble in and comics at the.
What if you just took a little tiny sign and put it right next to their actual sign?
I might just for the shows, I'll put and comics underneath theirs in front.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm gonna fuck with this heavy, but either way, that's what's going on. It's gonna be starting November 19th, guys. Come on out. Shout out to fucking Matt Tiny Low. He's the one that told me about the spot.
Wow,
so
right.
Tiny's going to start coming out again. That makes me happy.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he almost fucking died. But now he's doing good, and he's, got a nice job.
Did you almost put him down, too?
Yeah.
You're just threatened by other big things?
I'm threatened by big things that are older than me, and that I feel breathe too heavy. Love you, Tiny. All right, let's cap this one off and finish our beers. Bye, friends.
Bye.